You were told the greatest victory in life is to be chosen, to be wanted, to be loved. But what if that very desire is the reason you are losing yourself right now? What if the constant chase for affection is the slowest, quietest form of self-destruction? You bend your spine, you shrink your personality, you silence your honest instincts, all just to keep someone close. And still, it's never enough. Do you know why it hurts so much when they finally walk away? Because deep down, you made them the only source of your worth. Every time you looked at them, hoping to be seen, a little piece of you disappeared. This isn't love, this is dependency wearing a nice, expensive perfume. And dependency tears you apart in silence. The great Stoic thinkers warned us about this long ago. To need is to be enslaved. They believed that the nearer a man comes to a calm mind, the closer he is to genuine strength. But calm doesn't grow in chaos. It grows in solitude. Until you can stand alone without feeling a tremble, you will always be at the complete mercy of someone else's absence. This message is not here to comfort you. It's here to confront you, because you cannot become a sovereign person, a fully owned self, until you finally bury the part of you that constantly begs to be chosen. This is your moment. This is where you choose clarity over chaos, truth over illusion, and the hard road of freedom over the soft chains of validation. The great lie. Your story doesn't start with you. You were told that happiness begins the moment someone else sees you, chooses you, and accepts you. That your real life story starts, not with your own mind, but when another person validates your very existence. This idea is everywhere. It starts with childhood fairy tales where fulfillment only arrives with a partner. It's in the movies where the final reward for the hero is someone falling in love with them. It's in the casual, well-meaning remarks of adults who ask you, "So when are you going to settle down?" You were handed the idea that being alone was just a waiting room for something better to come along. That if you are single, you are somehow incomplete. But here is the truth that rarely gets spoken out loud. If your peace can only exist in the presence of someone else, then it isn't peace. It's dependency dressed up like destiny. What nobody told you is that you were never supposed to search for your other half. You were meant to become whole on your own. The Stoics knew this. Epictetus said, "Only the educated are free." But he wasn't talking about school. He meant the education of knowing your own mind. The education of knowing when your thoughts are truly your own, and when they've been implanted by a world that profits off your need to be chosen. They taught you to chase validation before you even understood what self-worth was. And when you seek approval, you slowly trade away your power. You start to shrink in places where you should be expanding. You quiet yourself just to keep someone else comfortable. You second-guess your own gut instincts because you're terrified of rejection. These are not isolated moments. They are daily rituals that over time form a life that doesn't actually belong to you. You might call it love, but love that costs you. Your voice is not love. It is silence forced into a smile. Solitude is not a punishment, it's a power. That's why the most dangerous lie you were ever told is that being alone means there is something wrong with you. No, it means that nothing is pulling you off your center. If you have ever sat alone and felt that quiet, crawling discomfort in your stomach, understand this. It's not loneliness speaking. It is withdrawal from the false identity you built just to be accepted. The great psychoanalyst Carl Jung wrote, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. And you cannot do that when your reflection depends on someone else's gaze. You cannot do that when every single choice is filtered through the fear of being left. You cannot do that while you still believe solitude is a punishment and not the purest path to knowing yourself. Think about how easily you've given pieces of yourself away. the strong opinions you've softened, the large ambitions you've delayed, the big dreams you've diluted just so someone else wouldn't feel threatened. Not because you are weak, but because you were raised to believe that compromise is the ultimate price of being loved. Marcus Aurelius warned us, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. You estimated that rejection was deadly. You believed solitude was shameful. But the pain you feel from being alone is not proof that you are broken. It is proof that you have finally stopped distracting yourself and now must face what is truly inside. And what's inside you is not empty. It's not flawed. It's simply unclaimed. It's untouched, still waiting for you to walk back into yourself without bringing someone else's opinion along. That is the power solitude gives you. The mirror no one else can distort. This is why so few people actually seek it. Not because it's miserable, but because it reveals too much. It removes all your excuses. It asks you to stop pretending you're lost and start admitting you've just never looked inward with true honesty. The moment you do that, you begin to reclaim everything that was scattered in the name of being chosen. The trade-off, your clarity for their comfort dependence. Whispers that you will be safe if someone just loves you enough. Stoicism shouts that safety is an illusion if it depends on someone else's behavior. Seneca wrote, "As long as you need validation from others, you're giving them power over your peace. And peace is not found in desperately holding on. It is found in letting go of the need to be seen. Letting go of the idea that your worth rises and falls with someone else's attention. Letting go of the fantasy that love will instantly fix what you are unwilling to face within yourself. You do not need to be chosen. You need to choose. Choose to stand still in the discomfort. Choose to peel away the layers of falsehood. Choose to stop waiting for someone to come along and give you permission to feel worthy. That's not strength, that's surrender. If your definition of love includes surrendering your freedom, it is time to rewrite that definition right now. The truth is, you were never incomplete. You were interrupted, pulled away from yourself by years of stories that said, real life begins when someone else says you matter. But your life isn't on hold. It's happening right now in the silence. In the space where no one is watching and where everything you thought you were waiting for is already within you. The Stoics taught detachment not as an escape, but as clarity. To be able to sit with yourself without fear, without needing, without clinging. That is freedom. The quiet erosion, how you lose yourself. No one ever told you the real price you would pay for being loved. It is never a dramatic, all-at-once sacrifice. It is slow, it is quiet, and it is barely noticeable. It happens in small moments you brush off. A word you didn't say to avoid conflict, a dream you shelved because it made someone uncomfortable, a boundary you softened so you wouldn't seem difficult. These things don't feel like surrender at first. They feel like care. They feel like compromise. They feel like love. But each one chips away at your sense of self until one day you wake up and don't recognize the person looking back at you. You have been eroded. When you search for validation in someone else, you begin to live outside your own body. You shift your decisions based on how they will be received. You adjust your energy, your timing, your truth to make sure you're not too much or too distant. You trade your clarity for comfort, your inner peace for outer approval, not all at once, but in little, consistent pieces. And it is so subtle, which makes it incredibly dangerous. Carl Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul." And this is what the trade does. It keeps you facing outward so you never confront what's within. You end up giving your most precious currency, your time and your energy, to people who don't know what to do with it. You pour into others hoping they will reflect something back to you, something like worth or love or certainty. But no one can reflect what they haven't cultivated in themselves. If they are empty, they can't fill you. If they are confused, they will only distort you. Yet you keep bending, giving, and shrinking just for a chance at belonging. That is not strength. That is fear wearing a kind face. The antidote: building the unshakable self. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The nearer a person comes to a calm mind, the closer they are to strength." But a calm mind doesn't grow when you're performing. It builds itself in solitude, where there is no one left to impress and no illusion left to maintain. We're not meant to live constantly edited. The soul needs room to breathe. It needs silence. It needs stillness. And that cannot happen when your attention is scattered in every direction but inward. You start to lose your intuition, not because it's gone, but because the noise of validation has drowned it out. The adversity we fear the most is the kind that requires walking alone, saying no, and choosing silence over approval. That is where your self is tested, and that is where it is truly built. You must stop giving away what was never meant to be negotiated. At first, reclaiming your power feels deeply unfamiliar. It may even feel wrong, like you are being selfish or cold. But what you are really doing is drawing your energy back into alignment. You are no longer leaking it in all directions. You are redirecting it to your goals, your peace, and your growth. Suddenly, your mind starts to clear. Not because the world got easier, but because you stopped handing your calmness to people who couldn't protect it. Aristotle said, "Knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom." And you can't know yourself when you're constantly shape-shifting for someone else's love. The final choice: stop performing, start being. This isn't about pushing people away. It's about pulling yourself back. It's about building a kind of strength that doesn't shout, doesn't beg, and doesn't constantly adjust itself to be palatable. The kind of strength that stands still in the storm because it knows who it is. When you stop making that trade, your truth for their approval, you will feel the difference immediately. Not in how others treat you, but in how you treat yourself. You will stop negotiating your worth. You will stop over-explaining. You will stop handing over your inner peace like it's disposable, because you will know it is sacred. No one can give you what you won't give yourself. Not love, not clarity, not peace. Those things don't arrive when someone chooses you. They begin the moment you stop choosing to be lost. So, let the trade end here. Let the silence return. Let the calm mind be your anchor. You no longer chase people who don't see you. You no longer give energy to places that drain you. You no longer try to prove your worth to anyone because you have already proven it to yourself in silence, in stillness, in the sacred place where masks fall and truth rises. The person who can face solitude becomes unshakable. This is your place of power. This is where the noise ends and the real story begins. Not the one they wrote for you, but the one you were always meant to live. You were never meant to be saved. You were meant to be sovereign. And sovereignty doesn't come from being wanted. It comes from no longer needing to be.